to show you everything you need to know about the points lab and talk you through the initial explanation about objects. So anytime you have an object, we're going to make a point object. And a point object has an X and a Y, just like the regular points that we do in like algebra. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create instance variables, and those instance variables are going to become the pieces of a point, the object, that we can do things with. So we have private int x and private int y. Everything should be private so that classes outside of this one can't modify your x and your y. It doesn't matter really for points, but it does if you're building a bank app. And so we just always make them private, unless there's a really compelling reason to make them public, of which I have not heard yet. So those are the instance variables. We're going to use those to make the constructor. And the constructor is always public, and it's going to be a public point. And sometimes you have a constructor without any variables in it, and sometimes you send it variables. So we're going to make two different kind of constructors. So in this case, now we say this dot x is going to be 0, and this dot y is going to be 0. So this constructor, should we call it, will make a point that is the origin. And then we make another constructor, and this is called overloading. So let's give it an A and a B. And in this, we're going to do this dot x equals A, and this dot y equals B. So now we have created instance variables that are the variables that create a point. They're actually called fields, but you'll hear it either way. The constructor, we have the default constructor. So if I was going to call this, I would say point origin equals new point. And so that's the way you'd call that one. And then we have this one where we can set the x and the y right away. So I would say point other equals new point. And in the parentheses, I need to put 2 integers. We could make another constructor that takes doubles. That's gonna, so this dot x equals A, and this dot y equals B. We aren't going to do that because we called them integers up here. So we'd have to change this to be and do some casting. So for now, our points are all going to be integers. There we go. We got the constructors done. We'll do the next piece in a minute.